Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is the game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against Deaniks. He's a Japanese player. And for me it is the other side. 4th February 42. Still a very slow approach in the Southeast Pacific. And no success at the Philippines or Singapore for the Japanese to take over the bases. My not so successful campaign against the Japanese shipping in the home islands. And my bombardment fleet is back to try again to bombard the base at night. Again, more or less damaged, not destroyed, but this is enough. But I can also inflict casualties against the ground forces. Same situation here to Rangoon. Hit, but no explosion. No hit on the Japanese submarine. The Japanese are taking the islands or the bases around Tarakan. Same story, returning to Singapore, stand down, repair and rearm overnight. But my S-18 is able to hit a patrol boat next to Shortland Island. And it looks like that the Japanese carrier fleet, or Division 1 and 2, is pulling back. Good. Sweeping once again, Mersing. Still hoping to get some tired, damaged aircraft on cap. Easy kills, but no. So I go out with my Catalinas, but the flag is strong and there's some support cap over the enemy fleet. That is normally not enough to stop Catalinas, but still can mess up the attack run. So let's see how this plays out. So these are Catalinas 5As out of Singapore. I use them more or less for torpedo bomber attacks and not for navy search. And Y5A, this was before the operation was to airlift Malay in India troops out of the central area of Malaya to Singapore. So there's Fuso, Haruna, Yamashiro. Flag is strong, killing my troops, and I get no hit with my torpedoes. Naya. At least I know that at least one battleship and 2 battle cruisers. it's the next attack one against Venture. Afternoon, not more many Catalinas are left to try the second attack. So both sides have only very small guns here. Nagato. Some bombs, some torpedoes. And no hit again. Naja. But Nagato is of course a 16-inch heavy battleship. That is maybe an opponent the Royal Sovereign have to fear. First in daytime surface engagement with a cargo ship, but only shell hits. Still heavy damage and heavy fire is maybe enough to sink the cargo ship, and it looks like it's sinking. Little bombardment. The next attack to storm the mountain. No. I mean, the attack value is not good, that the Japanese are not able to destroy the fort, and I still lose more equipment than the Japanese. But I hold once more. Singapore, only bombardments. But the bombardments will chip away a little of my equipment day by day. So, little unlucky that no torpedo hit these battleships. But it was an attempt, and I get some information that enemy heavy troop or surface ships are nearby Singapore now. Air losses are a little higher on my side. 2 Catalinas getting killed by flak attacking on the enemy battleship, but also 2 other Navy search running, only Navy search getting ops losses. Plus also Catalina, this is other nation, and a hurricane ops losses. So at the end, Japan lost only this ground bombardments and Mary in China, and the BEPs, I think, damaged by my Catalinas. 6-3, nothing too special, but I lost 3 pilots, yeah. And there was this cargo ship going down, but it was nothing special. So, Hawaii, no action, no activity. Here, Alaska, I searched the area, but I find nothing. No action more. Here, the west coast. Fiji, Tulagi, looks all fine. Pago Pago. West coast or east coast of Australia, also nothing to report. The carrier fleet is moving northeast, so maybe back to Truk here in the north, to rearm or whatever. Yeah, not more to discuss here. Dutch East Indies the Japanese are picking up this base source of Tarakan, but maybe preparation for attack on Tarakan. Maybe one day. Here's a task force returning to Surabaya, more or less, to repair this major damage. And I also need the upgrade because we are now in February, so I can give my Northampton class heavy cruisers radar. It needs 3 weeks, but after 3 weeks I have radar, and then I can also take a night engagement without having only a small chance of success. The Japanese heavy fleet is next to Mersing, and there's more coming, maybe? Don't know exactly. I was able to completely close the airfield. Again, this report is before end of the turn, so there's already some damage repaired, but the airfield is closed, that for sure. And so far I understand the airfield damage is a combination out of airfield service damage and runway damage. And so far I understand only the runway damage, if this is over 50, the airfield cannot operate aircraft. The service damage is really only for the maintenance of the aircraft. So if here is 50%, yeah. Anyway, Mersing is closed, that for sure, temporary at least. I have some ships back in action, but still only like cruisers and destroyers. I have only one heavy cruiser anyway here, and it is still out of action for some days, but I get every day one ship back, you could say. Also, I'm closing in with Royal Sovereign and 3 more destroyers to support this. Good. Don't know, Rangoon, no action. Wenzhou, again the same situation. You can see again 100% to 75, so I repair 25 points of damage every turn at the end of all action. And I think this submarine was able to make an attack on the surface, and most of my 6-inch shells are now consumed. I have only this is Mark 10 torpedoes. So that is it's not a S-boat, but it's using Mark 10 torpedoes. They're working. It's a little special to find out this kind of submarines. I think they have less range than the newer American fleet submarines with Mark 14s. They have endurance of they have 1,355 tons, and this submarine have only, it's 3,000 tons. So this is a very fat, and this is also why they have 6-inch guns. Okay. So this is a fleet submarine, but all of old generation, older technology. Good, then see you next time. Take care, bye bye.